We begin today with how to fight violence in Oakland via the arts and music. With us here with the 51 Oakland project are Jason Hoffman and Yoshi Akiba, who is the co-owner of Yoshi's in the East Bay. Thank you so much for coming here.
Thanks for having
Before
us.
we get into the project, Yoshi, tell us about, 40 years of having Yoshi's for Bay Area folks. Can you name some of the famous and not so famous people maybe that you've hosted at your establishment?
We have hosted so many musicians, wonderful musicians, you famous or not famous, children. We've been dealing with so many people. So McCoy Tyner and Sherry Horn, Betty Carter, name it, so many of them.
How have you managed to keep your establishment classy? Because it's easy when things are not maybe going well to say, well, let's lower the bar a little bit and get more people in. But you've kept it pretty classy there. How have you managed that?
I think because I'm not a business person. So for me to continue Yoshi is it's my spirit, my art, expression of my art and supporting music. So I have to have a quality. Otherwise, because spirit, art, those things requires such a beauty. So I have to obey. That's why I didn't lose it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's so true. Every time somebody says, I'm going to Yoshi's, you know that you have to dress up and class up because it's going to be a spectacular event. Now, I went onto the website, the 51 Oakland website, and here's some images there. I mean, this is what it's all about. And Jason, this is where you come in because you're the co-founder of this. You're bringing music and arts to the children there in Oakland.
That's right. That's right. And, you know, based on the funding cuts, more and more programs are being cut. And Yoshi and I have been friends for years and been talking about working together. And based on the needs of the kids in Oakland and in different parts of the Bay Area and all over the world, we felt like this would be a good place to start and help service our community in that way.
What kind of stories are these children coming to you with? Because it's, you know, they're coming with stories, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think some of the stories that we're hearing is based on not having access to art and music, or perhaps there's access to it in the middle school or elementary school levels, and they can get to high school and there's no program whatsoever. And they're losing motivation through that process and a lack of inspiration to matriculate through school based on the cutting of these programs, because that really makes them want to get up and show up in school because they know they have access to art and music. So without it, it's a very scary thing. And I think that we're seeing that in Oakland is that with the cuts of these types of programs, we're losing kids in the process.
And I would imagine that in that group is another Yoshi, maybe another philanthropist who is going to step it up for the next generation.
Absolutely.
Well, why is this important, again, when you see these children, Yoshi, they're in your community, they're in your neighborhood? Why is it important to make sure that the children of the East Bay appreciate the arts and the music?
I think music art really keeps us alive. Can you imagine this world without music?
Actually, no.
Think about it, yeah. That's why I keep up. And that's apply for everybody. For me, when I was little, I was orphan. I had raised a private orphanage. And the U.S. Army base officers helped us and invited us to base and gave us top class performance 5 times per year. That really made me really okay. My poor, nothing world is I can tolerate because I have this. And they taught me so much.
It was your out when you went in the internment camp.
Yeah,
it was your out.
Yeah.
Wow, what a fascinating story to share, and to know that she's sharing that knowledge and that experience with the rest of us here.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's important work, and through 40 years of having the jazz club, the reputation of Yoshi's and the type of performers that have come through have really uplifted the community. It's very much a nonprofit in itself. And so we started asking the question, well, who's going to be on Yoshi's stage 10, 20, 30 years from now, and based on current circumstances, there are some gaps, and that's what we hope to get the community involved. We have the teachers, the principals, leaders of Oakland. Everybody's kind of pitching in to try to fill these gaps so we can ensure that there will be people on Yoshi's stage, musicians on Yoshi's stage for the next 40 years.
So can these students apply, or how do they get involved, and how long is the class, if you will?
Yeah, well, we're working through the schools and
Okay.
through the teachers and the principals to put programs back into the schools themselves, as well as sending musicians from the jazz club to work and mentor kids. So we have artist in residence programs. We're talking to several schools about implementing more comprehensive music programs in their schools, making sure it's well-rounded and there's access to everything, maybe not just music, but art, performing arts. And so we're working directly with the community in the school district and the city of Oakland to ensure that all this happens and happens in the right way. But it takes a community to build this.
We brought Sheila E.
Yeah,
and Pete Escobedo
Yeah.
and all this Santana. We are trying to do together.
Yeah.
Well, I think when you say Peter Escobedo, it's synonymous with Yoshi's. I mean, I think if you were thinking, Peter Escobedo is playing, it must be at Yoshi's, because that's what
Yes, yes.
I mean, I'm sure they feel the same amount of respect for you as you do for them when they come to your
Oh
establishment.
yes. Like Sheila E is amazing. She appreciates what we've been doing it. So anything we ask, she helps children.
Oh, that's great.
She's beautiful.
Let's bring up that website that we, the clip that we had earlier, and it's 51oakland.org if you want more information. There it is right there, 51oakland.org. Log on and find out more about the great programs there that are happening in Oakland, thanks to Yoshi's and to the help of Jason Hoffman as well. Thank you all so much for the work that you're doing for our kids.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And up next, here on Comunidad del Valle, we'll be back with the Mercury News' own Joe Rodriguez. Stay with us.